Hi, I'm astrologer and life coach Penny Dix. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome back if you are a regular Aries visitor here, and welcome to you if you are a new Aries visitor here. And you will have either your sun in Aries or your rising sign, also known as the ascendant. So welcome to you all. And what does Aries have in store for the month of January? Well, let's have a look at the major aspects for January for Aries. First of all, I'm going to talk about Mars, because Mars has been retrograde in Gemini, which is the part of your chart that is to do with communication. So this has kind of given you a double whammy, if you like, of communication difficulties. It will have got a bit tangled at times over the last few months with people misunderstanding what you say, you perhaps not being able to put things across in the way that you want to. And in general, Mars for you in this part of your chart, your ruling planet, Mars is your ruling planet. It likes to get things done, get things moving, get going. And Mars in this part of your chart has just really sort of pushed you to the limits. You know, I feel I have to say, I hope you've been mindful of your blood pressure, because it's something that it might have kind of pushed it to the limits with frustrations with people in your life that are not kind of getting what you're saying. So the good news, of course, is that Mars is going direct, finally, on the 12th of January. So even though it's going to be in this shadow zone for quite a while yet, till March, in fact, it doesn't move into Cancer, which is the part of your chart to do with the home and family, until the 12th of March. So you have still got this energy around for the next 2.5 months, but really it's going to be diluted. It won't be as difficult and as tough, and it might give you a chance to actually resolve some of the situations that have arisen through the difficulties with communication around whatever topics they are connected with. It might give you the chance to resolve some of these issues and finally kind of put them to bed, so to speak. So what else have we got going on? Well, of course, you've had Mercury, our planet of communication, retrograde in the part of your chart, Capricorn, which is to do with your career. And you might have found since just before, really sort of around Christmas time and leading up to the new year, that things were not quite ordered and normal at work. So things got changed, cancelled, routines got changed. Maybe if you do shift work, that got changed, and it was all a bit frustrating. But the good news is Mercury is going direct at last. Again, we've had all these retrograde planets, and it goes direct on the 18th. And that should see you coming up. It's a bit like going through turbulence on an aeroplane, and it'll see you coming up above the clouds and at least, okay, well, we still over land. We haven't actually gone that far yet, but we're getting there. So it will feel more like plain sailing when that Mercury goes direct. Now, I also want to talk about Venus, because Venus, our planet of love, our goddess of amour, of relationship, the planet of self-value, worth, and it's also the planet about finance and money. I haven't talked about it much, but I just want to highlight, because it's moving quite quickly at the moment, and it actually has a retrograde phase, but not till later in the year. But I just want to give you the heads up about this Venus retrograde now, because in July on the 23rd, it will go retrograde in Leo until September the 4th, which is also Leo. And this is the part of your chart to do with creativity and fun. And it might be, if you want to make plans to do something a little bit different and a little bit more relaxed, now would be the time to start putting those plans in place. just because Venus is going to give you that extra time to really kind of look at how you can enjoy that time. And so Venus is actually, on the 3rd of January, it's moving from Capricorn into Aquarius. Now, it's been in Capricorn, it's been conjunct Pluto there. So there's been quite a kind of focus for you on your work and your career. And you might have found with Venus there that you've had a bonus, or your general kind of sort of level of pay has improved a bit, perhaps to go up with inflation. And so that's been nice energy to have. You've also got, you know, as I say, you've had Mercury here as well. So there will have been a lot of communication to do with your kind of bosses about work and how you can be used to the best of your advantage. So Venus stays in Aquarius until the 22nd. Then it's conjunct Saturn, which of course is now nearing the end of the sign of Aquarius. So Venus, when it conjuncts Saturn, for you, this is going to be about really feeling that you have some kind of public recognition and standing. Because Aquarius in the 11th house is the community at large. Venus is your self-worth. I feel as if you achieve something, as if you reach a point where you can feel, even if it's only just for you or amongst a few close friends that say, wow, well done, you've done that well. So there's a nice feeling with that energy there. And then on the 27th, Venus moves into your 12th house, which is Pisces. So this now is going to give you a chance to do a little bit more of that kind of inner reflection. And I think if you reflect in a positive way about what you actually have survived and managed to go through in the last year, I think you should be aware of your self-worth and your self-esteem improving. And that's not an illusion. It's not a kind of false kind of ego inflation. I think it's well deserved, Aries, because there've been some quite tough times for Aries, and this is helping you to just actually sit back and think, oh, actually people do value me. People do see that heart of gold I've got, because you have, Aries, you have a heart of gold. Now, finally, before we finish your reading for the month of January, on the 22nd, Uranus, my big outer boy Uranus, who is the planet of the unexpected, of freedom, of truth. And Uranus has been retrograde in your 2nd house of finance. So you might have found that there's been some unexpected expenses, unexpected twists and turns, and anything that is technologically based may have broken down and you've had to replace, repair, and so it's cost you money that you hadn't budgeted for. Well, Uranus is going direct on the 2nd, so this could bring unexpected bonuses. So we're getting a little bit of the sort of the opposite coming and a bit more balance coming in, which will be very welcome, I have no doubt. So all in all, Aries, January is a pretty good month for you. It will be different. I think you will have a better glimpse and idea of how things can unfold for you this year, bearing in mind that March is when things will really pick up for all of us. So in the meantime, thank you so much for joining me, Aries. And please remember to like, comment and subscribe. And I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye for now.